Want to welcome everyone and good morning. Today is Thursday, July 18th, and we are having another Business Connect meeting in partnership with our Chamber of Commerce. And I want to recognize the staff on the call today, our Economic Development Manager, Ben Sandoval,
Morning.
as well as Monique Alanis Blater, who is our Community Development Director. And want to say welcome to Cindy Lemke with Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce and Don Lawrence, who's on their board. So today we want to take an opportunity to provide a recap of our last week's business roundtable. And it's my pleasure to turn it over now to Ben Sandoval to provide our initial overview.
Well, good morning, and thank you to the city manager for the introduction and kind of segue over here. And now we did have a very successful Hemet Business Roundtable, the inaugural one for those that were there. Thank you for being there. We had, when I counted overall, about 71 people that were sitting down or standing. So it was a great success. We covered many items. I won't get into all the items that were covered into this particular meeting due to time. But if we're interested in viewing it, well, guess what? You're in luck. You'll be able to view it on our YouTube channel. Just go to City of Hemet, click on our little icon, our insignia, and it'll take you straight to the webpage, and you'll be able to see all the great stuff. It's under Hemet Business Roundtable. Now, with that said, I'm going to share my screen here real quickly here. And let me know if everyone can see this here.
Yes.
Fantastic. So here is a quick little
Oh,
overview
nice.
of the survey we have, and we were able to send this out to, apologies, to bulk of our businesses. A lot of them were able to answer verbally to us. Some of them were didn't have the technical capabilities to do the survey, so I took them verbally as well. But these are the ones that were done electronically, and I just want to go over it quickly. I wasn't able to go through all of them at the Hemet Business Roundtable, so in this one, I'll make sure to cover the ones that I missed here, so I can overall share with everyone what the true results were. And this is going to be still live to the end of the year, so the results could change. So as I stated at the Hemet Business Roundtable, where are we in regards to how do you rate overall Hemet as doing business? Again, on a 1 to 5, one being the lowest, high being the finest, 2.5 being right in the middle. We're a little over, actually not a little over, we're above the 50% mark at 2.22.
Yeah.
As we work our way down, overall value you receive for your city tax dollars, 2.88. And this is something that the city has really taken upon, and we're thinking of different items that we can do, creativeness, one-time funding, hear from our constituents and how we can utilize their dollars in a more better way in us to fill the needs. And we're, again, as I mentioned earlier, don't have any leakages. When I mean by earlier at the Hemet Business Roundtable, we want to make sure that there are no leakages to our local neighbors. We're hoping that they can stay here in Hemet, shop, wine, dine, buy, rent, live, you name it. We're all in Hemet. Moving forward, overall safety of Hemet, well, guess what? A 3.0. And I like to say what the city manager covers in his presentations. City of Hemet is below the national average in crime, and that needs to be really publicized. And we're
Yeah, it
really going
does.
to do that. We're going to work, believe it or not, with social media influencers. Yes, these 20-year-olds are going to teach me a few things or two, and I can definitely use it on how to do better social media. And they're going to come out here. We want them to come out here. We want the younger generation to see that there is a lot to do here in Hemet: hiking, biking, shopping, dining, you name it. But on the economic development standpoint, we're aware that we need to definitely increase that. And what I mean by increase, maybe we need to put it on steroids in a sense of economic development here in Hemet. So that is what our goal is moving forward here. Physical appearance of the area of your local business, a 3.26. So we have the commercial facade improvement program. We have the vandalism program. We have the trash enclosure program. Whew, let me catch my breath there, because we have so many programs available in the city that we want all of our businesses to take advantage of. I mean, the list goes on here, but because of time, I'll cut it short on all the great city programs that we have. And not even mention the hotel investment program. Then we have number 10, access to a trained workforce. We're aware we have great workforce, but we need to maybe upgrade some of their skills, more technical skills. And not everyone needs to go through the 4-year educational route. Some of them may just need some little tool refining here. Hey, I might need to sit with a professional to help me with my business plan, or I need training on this training. So the city of Hemet is working very aggressively and bringing something to the city that the city maybe hasn't seen before, and that's going to be in the future works. I don't want to spill the beans here, but I want to make sure that you're aware that we do want to train our local workforce here. Train, work, live, eat, the whole shebang. A nice little 5 mile ecosystem that Hemet can feed as our population grows. Support from City of Hemet for small business owners, 2.75. Folks, since I've arrived here, and I genuinely mean this, I think I've met with over 100 businesses, owners, investors. I mean, the list goes on. So I really want to hear from the businesses, and the city manager aware from my meetings what's happening so he can take it to his council and kind of see where the city needs to go. Number 12, where do you think the city of Hemet, excuse me, do you think the city of Hemet is business friendly? We have room to work with. We want it to be an experience for you. When you come to City Hall, it is not going to a government agency where you wish you could not be there and do it virtually. We want it to be, maybe it won't be a Disneyland, but hey, we can get close to it. And I actually worked at Disneyland, so I know those values on great customer service skills. Moving forward here, are you aware of the crime prevention program? This is something that police department is working aggressively with business. Again, I keep saying aggressively multiple times because we are aggressively doing these programs. Follow us on social media. You'll see us walking Monday through Friday on the streets. Just yesterday, I was out on the street for 4 hours visiting trash enclosures. We're going to be working with over 20 businesses if grant funding allows to cover those where illegal dumping can happen, no longer. So we are eradicating that, folks. So Hemet is no longer an illegal dumping site. We are a visiting location. Number 14, for the last 2 years, please indicate the source of funding your business has in operation. Well, look at the funding they're using, a lot of personal savings. So we're aware of this. So we have to work with our businesses because, as you'll see in the bottom, our small businesses in the city of Hemet are composed of small businesses. They're not these big conglomerates, these massive, gigantic companies. They're small businesses, macro, micro businesses that are 20 or less. Please indicate if you're aware of the following business assistance programs. So we are aggressively making sure you are aware of these. If you go to the economic development webpage, right now was barely born about 2 months ago, and you may have gone to other websites or cities where you click on economic development webpage and it takes you to what seems to be a blockbuster Lord of the Rings film. It looks beautiful. You're like, wow, that is such an amazing website. Well, we want to get there. We don't want to be Lord of the Rings, though. We want to write our own movie. So we want to make sure that in a year or so, when you click on this, you get the experience. Wow, that's Hemet. It's an overview of our beautiful landscape. It's new businesses popping up. So this will grow. But in the meantime, all the programs or investments that you heard or saw at the Hemet Business Roundtable, you'll be able to find here under Business Solutions. Also, the Concierge Program. I am working right now with every single department, with directors in our city of Hemet, and moving programs along. If there's a little hiccup on something, economic development comes in. We speak the language of business. I want to rest assured, if any business ever listens to this recording on YouTube, we are open for business, and I would like to speak to you. Moving on down here, because of time here, I get excited talking here. Please indicate the business has used, please indicate if your business has used services, departments, or programs in the last 2 years. City permits. So that tells me a few things. There's either development happening, there's construction happening, temporary use permits. So there's a lot of things happening in Hemet. But we're hoping we can see that number only increase twofold in the upcoming year. In the next 2 years, will your business need any of the following? Well, increase marketing sales. So we're going to be working with businesses and helping them promote business week spotlight. Who knows? We're thinking of ideas. If you have an idea you'd like to present to the city, trust me, I would like to hear from your idea. Something that caught us all off guard, but in a good way. In the next 3 years, is your business planning to do the following? Expand and renovate. Expand and renovate. 41. Expand and renovate. I said that 3 times because that's a good outlook of where our city's trajectory is going. It wasn't where we have 41 closing, but those 3 that are closing, we are working with our Workforce Development Board to offer wraparound rapid response services. A nice little red team to help those 3 closing and getting those people that will be losing their jobs with rapid reemployment. Please indicate the sector that you represent. Healthcare is one of the bigger ones. If you see others, by the way, They're very similar to the sector that are here, but maybe they didn't know that it was part of that sector. For example, restaurants, we part of hospitality. We have hotels. We categorize it as hospitality as well. And last but not least, because of time here, how long has your business or organization been in the city of Hemet? If you see, bulk of our businesses have been here for less than 5 years. So they need us. They're still trying to find themselves. A small business, I want to make this clear, is working more than 40 hours a week and is bringing in less than 50 to 60,000 a year, folks. So whenever you think, oh, I own a business and they're making $1 million, well, that's a fallacy. That's not the case. Actually, the first 5 years, you're praying you break even, actually. And approximately how many employees does your business have? We are a small business community. In the city of Hemet, we are a small business. And I like to share with the chamber as well. Are you currently a member of the Hemet City of Chamber of Commerce? So we have quite a few that are not. So Cindy, I'll be more than glad to kind of share those with you so you can reach out to our local businesses and see all the great knickknacks that they're doing with that you're doing. And you're doing some great stuff at the chamber. So always a great relationship. And last but not least, as again, I mentioned, I pass it back to the city manager here. We will be working weekly. I'm working with planning with someone by the name of Karina and updating this weekly. You'll be seeing coming up here a new little flyer that we've been working with, and we kind of rolled it out at ICSC. It had a good response, so we're going to kind of go with it a little more further, and we want people to visit us, discover us, see us, and feel us in person. So what does that mean? Discover Hemet. Explore our beautiful city of Hemet. We have a lot of great things to do, recreational, eats, and we're only hoping to increase this list in the near future. But we are working with Inland Empire, Discover Inland Empire, a big tourist organization, and they'll be having a conference next year, which is the ICSC of Tourism. And Hemet will actually be there, one of the sponsors, and have a nice table, nice logo, because we want to showcase the city of Hemet. Not in the next 10 years or 5 years, but soon. Next month, week, year, who knows? So with that said, thank you, City Manager, for the time. I believe that's all I have for today. I will pass it right back to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Great overview. And I'm going to share my screen as well, briefly to showcase a couple of other initiatives that Ben talked about. These are all initiatives that the city has started in the last 12 months. So these are basically 2024 initiatives. These are live now. Most of them, the facade improvement program is just launching, but you can find more information about these at the city's economic development webpage. It's linked here. Next slide will show you the website, but it's hemetca.gov/economic econ dev or economic development. But these are all initiatives that are in motion. This Business Connect call is an initiative as well. Today we're doing our monthly business walk. We'll be meeting at San Jacinto and Florida to walk the shopping center and talk to the business community about what's working well, what can work better. Also, just to pop over to another slide here, these are some public safety investments that the city has made in the last 12 months. A number of investments that are paying dividends from a public safety perspective. As Ben mentioned, our violent crime is dropping and below the state average and at the national average and dropping. This is the property crime number. These are the property crime numbers. Again, the trends are in the right direction. We're accelerating the investments, and we expect these numbers will continue to drop. And finally, at this business roundtable, we also had a call to action for our business community. So we do have requests for you as well. We do have a number of resources. We'd love for the business community to take advantage of those resources from the city that are listed on that page. Please use the SeeClickFix app to report graffiti, potholes, illegal dumping, things like that. Your eyes help us. Please consider participating in or sponsoring various events in town, including Hemet Beautiful, which was our spring event, a spring cleanup. We have an Adopt a Street program, and we have a lot of interest in that. Almost 15 streets now that are only require a 2-year commitment to clean up the street twice a year. We'd love to put a sign up in a neighborhood near your business and recognize your contribution. For any retail business, it's important to file a 602 trespass letter with the police department every year. It requires, unfortunately, state law requires that to be done every year. But this helps us remove people that may be on your private property at night when you're not open. Uh, Please consider joining the Chamber of Commerce. They're a wonderful partner. We know through this business survey that there's a lot of upside. A strong chamber makes a stronger community. We'd love for you to partner with the chamber as well. And here's that website I mentioned. We would like to continue our partnership with the chamber as we bring these initiatives to our community. So thank you all for joining us today. I'll pause in case, Cindy, if you have anything you'd like to mention on top of our comments, or if there are any questions, we're happy to answer those.
Well, I do have one quick announcement. As you know, this is such a great partnership, and I think celebrating business and creating that inspiration of shop local, eat local, save local, everything local. One of the celebrations that we have is a business expo, and that's coming up in August 22nd, and we're going to have at least 100 tables of restaurants, businesses, organizations, and it is such a good time. There'll be raffles. The whole community is invited. We want to kind of think outside the box of our normal advertising. I want to partner. I want every Stater Brothers to have a poster up. I want barbershops and nail shops to have it up. I want, people where they go to do their normal routines. I want them to see like, oh, I need to meet these new businesses or these old businesses that they didn't know was here. So that's coming up August 22nd, and it will be at the Saboba Event Center. So it's going to be huge, and it'll be a lot of fun. And I hope that if you have a business, you have a table there.
Thank you, Cindy. All right, well, we're going to call this a wrap. This will be posted on our YouTube channel, as Ben mentioned, and we'll look forward to sharing this with the business community. Thank you again. We'll see you next month. Take care.